Hey y'all, this is your warning. Explicit content, probably swearing. I always screw this up, but it's a good time. No little ones, please, because I cannot be held accountable for the things that are going to come out of my mouth, or my husband's.
From day one, you fought for your life, and you blew everyone away.
Good evening, hello, hola, ¿cómo estás?
Or good morning. They could be listening to this in the morning.
I guess that's true. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hi, and welcome back to the podcast. I'm Jesse.
I'm Alisha.
And we are changing the chances.
What? Just in case you didn't know 7 episodes in, or what you happened to click on. Here we are. Welcome back.
So,
Here.
I guess we can just jump right into it and pick up where we left off on episode 6.
Sure. I mean, we went a little sideways on episode 6, but, that's normal.
That's our life.
That's what we do. So.
Sideways is a norm around here.
Right? Yeah. So, episode 7, we're home. In case you missed episode 6, Piper is officially home after 6 months of being in the hospital.
$1 million baby comes home.
Hey-o. Like, legit.
Yeah, like we have... It's probably like an inch and a half thick medical printout for Piper. Legit $1 million baby.
Which, if you have a special needs kid, you understand those pile up and they just only get bigger.
Yeah. And don't stress them, because I have come to terms with the fact that I could work till I take my last breath and never pay these off.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, it's just true. And the thing is they're never going to go away, because even if I could pay them off, Piper is, this is our road. This is our journey, and Piper's going to be in and out of the hospital because she's medically complex. Yeah. That's who she is.
It is true. It is true, and that's okay. Come to terms with it.
Yep, because it's the insurance companies are going to keep calling, the bills are going to keep stacking up, and guess what? It doesn't matter.
You know what matters? Piper.
Yeah, Piper is what matters. Family is what matters. And it shouldn't be about trying to stress about getting all that stuff, because guess what? It just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's not going to go anywhere.
I know.
And it doesn't help you.
Nope. Agreed.
After we came home, I think shortly after, Ellie and Tripp were finally able to meet Piper, because they were too young and they were not allowed up into like the NICU, and even after she came out of the NICU and she was on the floor, she still couldn't.
No, because you still have to be like 12.
Yeah, I'm like 10 or 12, something like that.
Or a sibling.
Yeah, or a sibling. Neither of which Ellie and Tripp were at the time, so they had to wait until she came home.
Yes, and I can't actually remember when they met her. I wish I did.
Yeah, it's just one of those things that kind of just gets lost in the echo, and little details, things like that.
Yeah.
Because we're 7 years in now, with tons of sleepless nights and long days.
And welcome to that life. Yeah. And the
I
hardest part
think Piper's trying to say hi for this episode. She is over here just talking up a storm. Are you trying to say hello over there, kiddo? Yeah? You saying hi to everybody? Boo. You did some good talking over there, kiddo. Good talking. Nana says that she can hear you on the podcast when she listens to it. So, this is about you, so why not?
Speaking of Nana, she told me I could share this. It's fine. I'm not going to get in trouble.
Oh, I don't care. That's between you and my mom.
No, she was just telling me when she was listening that she remembered the perfume she was wearing the first time she held Piper, and she always made it a point to wear that perfume every time she came around. Because we did not, know how much Piper could see.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Even at this point, after having, was it 2?
Yeah.
2 or 3 surgeries? Two eye surgeries.
So.
We knew she did not have peripheral vision. That is not a thing. Mm-hmm. Piper does not have peripheral vision.
Yeah.
But everything else is still pretty questionable.
So, but we just knew that everything else would compensate for it. Her hearing, her smell. So, I just thought that was a fun little fact that she
Nana was over this weekend, and she even told me, she's like, I still wear this same perfume when I'm going to see Piper, just because she knows Piper can hear you outside of a house. Like, she can hear everything that's going on.
Yeah.
But I do believe that her sense of smell is probably very strong as well.
I mean, I'm not going to disagree, but it's definitely not one of those things you like.
Well, she can't tell us because, you know.
Yeah, like I don't notice. I don't, because again, like you said, she can't tell me, so.
Yeah.
You know, it's all just guessing. But anyways, we can go back to what we were
sidetrack. Squirrel, shiny object.
Hey.
I didn't Trip bring up Caleb when they.
Yeah. Well, I remember this very vividly. Very vividly.
Well, I'm glad you do, because I don't.
You weren't here.
Oh, okay.
You were probably at work.
I'm like, I was probably
because I had 4 weeks off of work to hang out and chill with our kid that we finally got to bring home. Yeah, my mom was here because I think she had the kids overnight and she was taking them back home. And my brother's house is actually, you pass my house to get to my brother's house. So she stopped by and brought the kids to see Piper, and we were just hanging out on the couch, and I don't even know what provoked it, but kids, they don't have any filters. They just say whatever is in their heads.
Well, and they're generally curious. It's pure child innocence and curiosity. It's and you can't fault them for it,
No, not at all. But I do not remember his exact words other than he brought up Caleb. He said his name. He remembered him. I don't know if he remembers him now, but he did bring up, said something about Caleb not being around because he had died. Like a kid. Just like what a kid would say.
Oh, I vaguely remember this conversation. Yeah, because you told me, you were like, it was because he was a child and he was just so blunt about it. Like, Caleb's not here because he died, right? Like,
yeah, just so matter of fact.
And your mom was like,
my mom was just like, yeah, but we don't need to talk about it. And he's like, but why? And I'm like doing everything I can not to bawl because
because it may be insensitive, but it wasn't meant insensitive.
Oh,
it was
yeah,
general,
no.
It was just pure, blatant, general curiosity of him just trying to wrap his mind around it, because we were still talking about him, Piper having a brother, and I believe Brooke even mentioned, like, Caleb went to heaven, things, stuff like that. So I think he was still just trying to figure it all out and understand it. I mean, Ellie was a little older, and she's just an old soul. Like, I felt like she understood 100%, and that girl I'm so proud of her. Even now, like, doesn't she do something at school and has like a special,
I don't know what it's called.
I don't know.
She's a helper.
Yeah, and I am so proud of her.
For other kids who have different needs that need help. And
I love it. I'm so proud of her, and I just feel like she's understood from the get-go, just because she's awesome like that.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Trip would say anything about Caleb now. Like, I don't think he remembers.
Well, I do remember a couple of Christmases ago, I had made a blanket for my mom, and it has all the grandkids' names on it, which is not a very long list. There's only 4 of them, and Caleb is one of them.
And that's it. That's 4. I'm like, that's all the grandkids your parents are getting. That's it. They're done.
And Trip was reading all the names, and when he came to Caleb's, he didn't say it. And I don't know if he didn't say it because it made him feel bad, or if he didn't say it because he didn't know who he was.
Well, Trip's a pretty sensitive kid. He might have understood that, like, he's not here. So maybe not said it, because he is. He's a very smart child too. Like, he's a great kid. He's so sweet. Like, you just can't help but love him.
Yeah, but he is. He's sensitive.
He is.
And that's okay.
He's a sensitive kid.
I can relate to that. Well, totally, 100%.
I'm sensitive sometimes, so.
Well, when I was Trip's age, I used to cry over everything. You
What
think
are you
I
talking
cry
about?
now? No. You think I cry now. When I was a
You're
child,
35 years old and cry over everything now.
you would just look at me wrong, and I would break into tears. Like, why would you look at me that way? What did I do to you? Like, I just want to be your friend. And I kind of still feel that way, but I don't cry over it now.
No, you just cry over everything else.
I know. It's fine.
It's okay. We're fine. It's fine. We're fine.
Everybody's fine.
So shortly after that, Didn't Jay come over and like hold her?
Oh yeah,
Like,
I mean we had lots of visitors, but I think this is the first time that Uncle Jay finally held her, and I think he likes to hold a baby.
I think Jay, he
just connects with babies.
Yeah, like he's just good with kids. He's always been good with kids. I mean, Trip and Ellie and him and Pipes, like Pipes knows who he is, and she
of course.
loves to chill with Uncle Jay. Like, yeah, when she hangs out with Uncle Jay and Aunt B, she knows who she's with. Sometimes we'll go over for like a Sunday brunch or something, like Easter brunch, and usually if Piper hasn't had a poop in a couple of days, all she's got to do is hang out with Aunt B, and something about hanging out with Aunt B, she gets a poop, and
Aunt B is very proud of this.
It's true. She's like,
she
hasn't had a poop. Here, let her hang out with me. She'll have a poop in like an hour. But, oh, child, are you just upset? Are you upset that you're not part of the show right now? Okay. So, are we gonna go? Can we go back to the game show? Johnny, contestant number 2. No, Piper's being a little what's the word I'm thinking of? She's voicing her opinion. She is being opinionated and voicing her opinion that she does not want to lay down. She would rather be sitting. Plus, she's getting a feed, so it's like, sorry, kid. So yeah, Uncle Jay finally got to hold her, and shortly after that, we had our first Halloween.
What?
Gosh, was she a ladybug?
No, her first Halloween, because we were pretty much like quarantined because
you know, it
like
was bad whooping
RSV
cough. Yeah, RSV
season was coming,
whooping
and
cough, all that.
all she needed was to be in the hospital again. So
yeah, we had her on lockdown for a while. That's right, I remember.
Yeah, so she just had a onesie that said first Halloween on it, and we stayed home and did nothing.
But we did go out and had Thanksgiving, because you and I both love Thanksgiving. Next to Halloween, Thanksgiving's like my jam.
Oh, well, of course.
The
food and the family, it's a fantastic...
Seriously, it's like Halloween, Thanksgiving, then Christmas, and then probably 4th of July. After that, everything else is just like, whatever. But I
consider my birthday a holiday. That's all I'm saying.
Well, it is a holiday for me, because I get to celebrate that you came into this world and I have you.
Aw, that was so sweet.
Blech.
Why are you trying to get brownie points? What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
Are
God,
you sure?
You sound like my mom.
Ew.
Mom, we're having an argument. Gosh, Alicia's mad at me. What did you do? Gee, thanks. You're my mom. You're supposed to, no, you're an asshole. What did you do? Oh my goodness, child.
She has such a sad face.
I know. She's just... She did get up really early this morning.
She did.
Yeah, I'm like,
I don't know what it is.
4:30, something like that.
4:30.
Yeah.
It's her new time. She's like, hello, I'm awake. Welcome. Come get me. And I said, never gonna happen. Nice try.
Even when I got up with her at like 5:30 and went out to the living room, like, she was ready to like play and stuff. I'm like, no, child, I'm tired. I don't want to do that.
Right. But yeah, we had a giant Thanksgiving, which is a big deal because one, I was off of work. And I work in retail, so I don't get Thanksgiving off. I work Thanksgiving because people are greedy. I'm sorry if you're one of those people who shop. That's just what it is.
Well, and yeah, I'm like, for retail, those are usually blackout months, like October, November.
Oh, yeah, no,
December.
you work it.
Like, you're working that.
That is not an option.
I'm in the hospital. But did you die? We need you here.
I know. And you got it off, luckily. Because you worked in a place that you rotated holidays and you somehow managed to get it off. So we had your mom and Joe over with my family, and we all had a big Thanksgiving together.
Yep.
Because I was like, Piper is now home and we need a giant Thanksgiving, so this is happening.
I think we kind of forced everybody into it, like, you will do this.
The thing is, my mom doesn't usually tell me no when it comes to Thanksgiving.
Well, and I think you even had wasn't there some extended family, like Aunt Debbie, Uncle Mike? Are we not supposed to say those kinds of names?
It's fine. They're family.
I'm like, they're family. We can say that, yeah.
Don't say doctor names.
Yeah, no doctor names, but I can say family.
Yeah. I mean, unless they come at us later, but I think we'll be okay.
Come at me, bro. No.
Anyways.
Yeah, like Piper is just...
Lord, we are like so sidetracked with this child who's so unhappy right now.
She's tired. She's rubbing her eyes. Her eyes are red. She's tired.
Yeah.
Like, it's...
The dog's angry. The child's angry. There's so
Everybody's-
much anger in this house today.
I'm mellow. I'm not angry.
And I'm drinking. I probably shouldn't be. I haven't slept all weekend. But here I am anyways.
Story of our life, right?
What can I say? I have a child with special needs. I am getting really good at not sleeping. So
Figure if you're not going to sleep anyway.
my body hates me for it, but I'm going to do it anyways.
My body hates me already. What's the point? Might as well enjoy it, right?
Yep, I'm going to have a beverage. So we talked about early intervention, physical therapy, vision therapy coming to the house. Got our CVI diagnosis, which we talked about. That's going well as it can be. No, is it not? This face, it's like genetics.
Yeah.
How they just know how to make the face. They stick out the lip, they quiver it, everything. It doesn't work anymore after 7 years, but she still does it. I'm just saying. Does anybody else know this?
No, it still kind of works, at least on me.
No, not at all.
Sometimes.
I'm like, girl, that's not a real cry. That's you trying to get attention. What's really going on?
For the most part, I can do that. It's when she really pushes it and she like squeaks out a little tear or something, and then she's got me.
Oh yeah, no. Now she's got the tear thing.
Yeah, she's figured out. She's got
She'll
she's got
squeak out a tear.
She's got to squeak out a tear. I need a little bit of waterworks. She's figured that out with
Oh
me.
my gosh. Yeah, no, it's true though.
I'm like, no, this ain't even real. Like you just make a noise, and then she squeaks out a tear, and it's like, oh, all right, something's got to be up. Like right now, she's just pissed.
Yep, she's waiting. She's waiting.
She's like, I
The
made a
calm
shit.
before the storm.
I made a shit ton of noise. Here it is.
So, we're home, we're happy, everything's great. And guess what? Does anybody know? Does anybody know? Does anybody want to guess what's going to happen?
Johnny, tell us what's on the board behind door number 1. It could be a stomach issue. She got put back together. Behind door number 2, it could be something with her eye. Possibly, another issue with her heart. Or are we going to go behind door number 3? Johnny, what's behind door number 3? Shunt malfunction. What was that? 2 to 5 years before they fail? She hasn't even had this one, what? A few months?
A month. She
Ding,
had
ding,
it
ding, 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 ding,
a
ding,
month.
ding, 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 ding.
before it went bad. Yeah, I know. I'm telling them right now how terrible it was.
Where's my new car?
No new car for you. You come back in 1 year.
You come back from 1 year.
Yes. So our sweet, sweet little child, her poor little head started to grow.
If
and
anybody has seen, is it Pixar? Is it a Pixar
I don't
film?
know. I just know what it's called.
So if anybody has seen the movie Megamind,
The blue guy with the giant head.
Megamind.
I know, that's what I'm telling him. He's a blue guy with a giant head.
Piper's head was doing that with her skull not being fused yet, which was actually a really good thing because we obviously didn't know what we were looking for a shunt malfunction. She had a shunt malfunction and her skull was just filling with fluid. And with her skull not being fused, it just swelled up and like a balloon, and she looked like a little Megamind.
She really did. So we started calling her Megamind. And I have you know, I did call the hospital a couple of times. I did talk to the doctors like, hey, what am I looking for? What are the signs? And they were like, she's going to be super grumpy. And because, of course, you have a lot of pressure in your head and she'll have all these signs. And I'm like, okay, well, she's not. Like, she's super happy. Nothing's changed. The only thing that had changed is slowly over a week's time, she was starting to vomit more and more every day.
Yeah, I remember that.
Like, that is her telltale sign now when a shunt has gone bad, is vomiting. She doesn't actually get super cranky like people think you will. It's not who she is.
But you got to figure, too, that pressure can cause, like, vertigo.
Well, yeah.
Stuff like that to where that's my theory, is that's what's making her throw up, is that she's getting, like, maybe the spins or...
Maybe.
Because she can't tell us, obviously, what her symptoms are.
Or I imagine it's like a migraine.
Yeah.
I get sick to my stomach to a migraine.
And so does my mom.
So,
being super sensitive to sound, light, and it's just too much and it makes you sick.
Yep.
And your head is just pounding.
Oh.
I mean, even when I get them, I don't get migraines often, but, after 2 days of wanting to blow your own brains out, like, This poor kid was at a week by the time we were like, no, her head is just swelling up. Like, we have got to get her in. Like, and it was scary because then it was like, oh yeah, it's failed. It's not working.
Well, and another sign of a shunt malfunction and pressure in your brain is a thing called sunset eyes. It is putting so much pressure in your head that you're literally forcing your eyeballs to be
like set like a sun on a horizon, just going down.
That is what they look like. And yeah, it's crazy. And she did have sunset eyes, which was hard to tell again after a month of coming home because she had terrible vision and she wasn't focusing on things and so it was hard to tell that that's what was actually happening and just not being able to focus on anything. We finally took her into the ER. We're explaining to them we think we know what's wrong. ER visits, as we have come to know now, are so drawn out. They are so long. And unfortunately, we're getting much better at them because...
Oh, we've got bags packed.
Yeah, well, and we have snacks packed. And because you're sitting in there. You're just sitting in there 90% of the time waiting for somebody to come talk to you. And you never know who it's going to be. And to run a test and, just all that stuff. So the first time was awful. They had to do a CT scan and they're like, oh yeah, yep, that went bad. She is full of fluid. And did they put her into surgery that night? The very first time?
It was either I think it was super early in the morning because we came in kind of late, I think.
Well, yeah, we were there all night just fighting with exhaustion and it was awful. So yeah, it was either really late at night or super early in the morning. I wish I knew which shunt revision this was. Okay, so next question for you. Do you remember, was this the one where they went directly to another shunt or was this the one where they went to the external one? No, that was later.
That was the second one. The second one's where they went to the external one because they had to
Okay, so this one, they went to her heart, would be my guess. What do you think? So there's two different kinds of shunts. There's one that goes into... I think they did that one when they did the external because she had to have that external one for a certain amount of time. And then when they did the reinsert and everything, that's when they decided not to put it in her stomach, to put it in her heart. Her last two revisions have been with her heart. She only had it in her stomach for a little bit because then it failed because it wrapped around her guts. Well, I know. So that's why I thought they put it into her heart that time, because why would you...
The valve wasn't doing what it was supposed to do. It had nothing to do with her guts the first time.
Yeah, that was the first time.
Was it?
And they're
that was the second.
No.
Oh, wow.
So the first time, what happened is the tubing in her belly literally wrapped around her intestines and knotted off. So it wasn't draining the fluid off of her brain. And they're like, okay, well, we've never seen this happen before. This is super uncommon. We're like, great. Well, add it to the list of things that are uncommon for anything. She doesn't fit any of the boxes. So they went in, and I'm thinking they changed her shunt from going from her stomach because they were worried about that happening again. Because she already has short gut, you can't damage any more intestines because she cannot lose any more. And
yeah, because they said if she lost any more intestines, she wouldn't have enough to absorb what she needed, and she would slowly. So
they changed it to a VA shunt, which is a shunt that goes, the tubing runs into your heart, basically.
It drains into your heart because your heart should technically be able to handle that little bit of extra fluid pumping through your system. And
that was terrifying. We're like, great, that sounds awful.
Because if it fails, it can...
If it gets infected, it'll spread through your body quicker because you're putting it right into your heart and it's pumping it right through your whole body.
So infections are scarier. Everything's scarier because it's in your heart.
So that is what happened. At least we're pretty sure. You don't know. There's a couple of other revisions that come along in her life. So
yeah, I know. At this point, it's like, gosh, which one was that one? And
but the first time it wrapped around her intestines, and it was awful.
That's the time that the jazz players were. The jazz players, and wasn't Bear with them too? I know it was two jazz.
Did we see Bear? The cheerleaders were there.
Yeah, the cheerleaders were there. It was two jazz players, I remember. a couple of cheerleaders, and I think we saw Bear outside, if I remember correctly, because I've seen him up at the hospital a few times over the years. But yeah, she got a signed basketball, like a little stuffed basketball from the Jazz players that were there, and those guys were really cool. So that was in December, and so we got Christmas pictures and stuff.
So I did Christmas pictures.
Oh, okay, that's right. We didn't like go and get any. We did like Christmas cards.
I did.
Yeah.
And I tried to be all fancy, and I have a really cute one of her, and it looks like she's in a stocking.
I remember
and I'll post it on my Instagram because I love it.
Because she was still so tiny at 6 months old, or just over 6 months old, something like that. She could fit in a Christmas stocking still. That's how petite and tiny Piper is. Like, even now at 7 years old, she's only 45 pounds, but she's long. She's so much like you and your side of the family. Like,
she's tall.
She's very long, all legs.
She's all legs.
Like, completely and totally all legs.
Legs for days.
Papa likes to say them chicken legs.
Are those your legs, or are you riding a chicken?
You riding a chicken over there? What you doing with those chicken legs?
So for Christmas one year, my dad bought everybody knee-high socks that were chicken legs. And he said they were from Piper.
That was only a few years ago, like 3 years ago, something like that. Yeah, so.
And they're so dang cute.
They are. They're black, and then they've got the chicken print on them, like chicken leg.
So
print.
it looks like you have chicken legs. So cute.
And then at the beginning of the year, she got her first pair of glasses.
She did. Oh my gosh, they're so cute.
Her first tiny little pair of glasses. She looked like a little mad scientist.
Oh my gosh, yes, we did joke about that because she used to put her little hands together and like twirl her little fingers.
Like put her little fingers together like hoo ha 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 ha.
Yep, like she was coming up with a scheme.
Yeah. And then she had these little circle glasses. Her hair was all crazy.
Okay, no, seriously, when I picked up her glasses, I'm like, look at this. We've created a hipster baby. This is exactly what she looked like to me, with her like tiny little mohawk and her little glasses, and she like wore a trendy jacket. I don't even know. So cute.
Well, and like we've always been very like unisex with her on what she wears. Like she wears Batman stuff, but she'll wear Wonder Woman. She camo print, she wears all the stuff. Like
she's very girly, but
yeah.
I will definitely put her in a boy's t-shirt or care.
Something like dinosaurs or something like 100%.
Heck yeah. Yeah, she had a Batman hoodie for a while.
Oh yeah, she rocked a Batman hoodie for I want to say a couple of years. But yeah, that was pretty much a nice end quarter, I guess I would say, to that like first little bit of her being born and spending 6 months up at the hospital and then getting to come home. Like those few months after she came home, aside from her revision, like were really good.
Yeah, they actually were.
Like they really were. Like she
got in a groove. Your mom was driving to our house and watching her so I could go back to work.
Yeah.
Which was really nice because it's winter. We were trying not to take her out, and
everybody was pitching in to like
help out
to help out so that we could essentially keep her inside because that season whooping cough was really bad. RSV was really bad.
Yeah.
And with her already having a compromised immune system, like it just.
Well, and she qualified for an RSV shot.
Oh yeah, that's
right. And
you
can't. I don't think unless it's changed, because again, 7 years.
Oh yeah.
You had to like have a prescription, and you had to have a very specific reason why your baby needed this shot to help them not get RSV.
But Piper qualified because, let's be honest, she pretty much qualifies for everything.
Because she's a micro-preemie, and they were worried about her immune system.
And she's severely medically complex. Like, yeah.
Sorry, I had to step away for a minute because in case you didn't gather this entire time you're listening to this podcast, I had an angry child.
Yeah, we had a very opinionated child that did not want to be a part of the podcast this go around.
She did not.
She wants to watch some Disney.
Yeah, so I stepped away, and now she is watching Tangled, and she seems thrilled, so there we go. My bad for forcing her to be a part of something she didn't want to be a part of, apparently. This is how we communicate around here.
How dare you?
She yells and yells and yells till finally I just figure out something else she wants to do, and ta-da! Here we are. Anyways, yeah, so Jesse's mom was coming down here, watching her. It was great. It was fantastic. I was working pretty much almost full-time still because we had so much support. And at the time, you had Fridays off. So I think your mom was watching her 2 days. You had Fridays off, and you were watching, obviously, on the weekends.
I think that's when I was working Sunday through Thursday.
Oh, so then we had, I think my mom was watching her on Sundays. I don't know. Not important. We had a great support system.
So, yeah.
People helping us out, which was awesome. And I don't know how long she watched her for, but then we ended up taking her somewhere else. Your mom.
Yeah, it just, things changed.
Things just changed.
Yep, life changed, things changed, and, you know,
So-
we just had to roll with the punches. So,
Yeah, so we ended
we still had a family friend, a good family friend.
we refer to them as Maxwell's second family.
Yeah, yeah.
She watched Max when he was a baby. She watched me for just a little bit of when I was a baby. They've been around, close family friends, super fantastic. And the upside is she was super close to my job, so it's not like I had to.
Well, and she was doing like phlebotomy at the time and stuff like. No.
No, she had done phlebotomy. Yes,
Oh, that's right. She had done
but she had
phlebotomy.
stopped and she was back at home, just helping out with her grandkids.
No, with her. Yep.
So she was like, "You bring her on over, I'll take her." So she did,
Which worked out because I mean I was able to drop her off on my way to work because my start time was just a smidge later than yours, so
Mm-hmm.
it worked out, and you got off earlier so you could pick her up.
Yeah, so it was nice. Super enjoyed that. I don't think anything happened. I mean, you know, we were just living life, enjoying it with our tiny little human being because she was still tiny.
Yeah,
She was in like 3-month size clothes for a year.
easy.
This is how tiny she was. And man, I'm telling you, I'm looking back at those pictures and they are just killing me because
She was just so
I
tiny.
knew she was adorable, and I know that I'm biased, but I am just telling you, the cuteness is just unreal. And probably anybody with a baby will agree when you look back and you're like, oh, damn, you were so dang cute. Not that they're not still cute, but just there's something about a baby.
Yeah, yeah. Especially like with her little glasses.
I know, just little. It was funny because I'm like, you have like the chunkiest little cheeks and the chunkiest little arms. And she wasn't really.
No, she wasn't. But she had like these little rolls on her ankles and her wrists, and it's like, you're not a fat baby. How do you have these rolls?
And she had this cute little mohawk. We rocked a mohawk for a while. And I also thought that she had just so much hair. So much hair.
She still does.
That's what I'm saying though. But now when you look at the hair she has now and you're like, isn't that funny that I used to think you had so much hair? No. Now she's got like a full head of freaking hair. It is out of control.
I know, I was brushing it earlier and just like, oh my gosh, kid, your ponytail is just so thick right now.
Oh my
like,
gosh.
ugh.
Yeah, it is intense. And we just cut it for school and it's still a lot. But I do love to do her hair. That is like my jam. She hates it, but I enjoy it. So, you know, that's how that works. But I think that's it. I mean, honestly, for this go around, I was super unprepared because I haven't slept this weekend. And not because I was preparing for my podcast, because we actually got to like enjoy this weekend and have friends over and do things.
Go out
and
do things, yeah.
So
yeah.
I took full advantage of it and paid the price when I had to get up and go to work in the morning. I tell you what, not the first time, probably won't be the last time. And here we are.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's it. We covered everything that, we kind of wanted to.
Yeah.
So,
thanks for listening.
we appreciate all the support, all the love.
Oh, I do want to say that very much so. I can't even tell you how grateful I am for everybody who's listened.
Nope.
I have gotten messages on Instagram from people I know that I already know that have been around who kind of know the story, who have kind of heard, like they're not completely in the dark about things, but
They were getting like the most secondhand information.
basically like, yeah, my sister had a baby and it was in the hospital for a really long time kind of information.
Yeah, like nothing really concrete.
And I just, the messages are so sweet and I pretty much cry every time I read one.
I've read quite a few and They have been very touching and very sweet, and we
so-
really appreciate all the support, all the love,
Mm-hmm.
and
Just
if
thank you.
you guys want to, we would appreciate you sharing. It could help somebody. It could help a family, a couple. You never know. We've gone international. We've made it to Australia and
Germany. We've made it to Germany.
We've made it to Germany.
All
So-
1% of Germany.
It's
Hi,
exciting.
Germany.
It's exciting. It's very exciting.
It's so exciting. I almost threw a party for that one.
Love you guys. We really appreciate it. So, if we can help, that's what this is all about, our experiences and how we've managed to cope. So, every child's different, but it's nice to know you're not alone out there. There are parents, and it sucks that there's not as much support and help out there for special needs. And
Honestly, there might be.
well, I know that for us in the
I'm
state of
terrible
Utah,
of
we're
looking.
ranked like one of the worst, if not the worst state for like help and support
like
from the state,
resources.
resource wise and stuff like that.
Unfortunately, we don't
and-
fall
And
high
it
on
makes
the
no
list.
sense because supposedly we're supposed to be such a like family state, but it gets so frustrating.
I like how stern that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't like a loving family state. It was a very stern.
Well, yeah, because it's pretty much Big Brother. It's just
Oh, okay.
yeah. But no, we appreciate all the support, all the love,
Very much.
and
Very much so. I can't. It's fine.
Can't
Don't worry.
express it.
Send me a message and make me cry. It's fine. I'm not worried about the crying part, but it does make me cry because it touches my
And
heart.
if you guys have questions or maybe subjects you might want us to touch on or whatever, feel free to reach out on the Facebook group page, the Instagram, and we will try and work that into the podcast. We would love to hear from you guys, and if you have a story or you're going through something and you just have some questions, if we can help, we would love to. If we can't, maybe we can do some research and find something to help that maybe you couldn't. But
again, you just ask the special needs. If I don't know the answer, I know somebody who knows the answer.
Right? I know somebody that knows somebody.
All I'm saying is I ask the people who are supposed to be helping us, not insurance people, but other people, who can I go through? What are the best things? Guess what? They don't have answers. They're like, just research it. They don't really help. You know who helps? Special needs families. They help. I go to that page. I have an answer in 30 seconds for what I want.
No, networking's the best. Parents, we are the original innovators, inventors, and we just gotta help each other out and have each other's backs. It takes a village, 100%. And special needs parents, you guys know what I'm talking about. There's days where you just want to curl up and lay in your bed and not get out of bed at all because you need a freaking break. And it takes a village, because why not? If you've got the support, take it.
I'll be your village.
Right? We will be your village.
I mean,
It's
I don't know how useful I am, but
Piper and I watched Lilo
I
and
will
Stitch
be
today.
your village.
And we were I love Lilo and Stitch. I am a huge Stitch fan.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what? Our family may be little and it may be broken, but it's still good. Yep. Still good.
That's it. That's what I'm putting on the door sign. Maybe little, maybe broken, but it's still good.
Yep.
I love it so much.
So
Thanks for
again,
stopping in.
Thanks for checking us out. You guys
Listening.
have a good week. And
Sort of rambling, sort of nothing.
I know. Yeah, this
My bad.
episode was just a little off, but hey,
I
see
can't
you
be
next
perfect
time.
all the time, okay?
it's true. It's true. Thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.